Australia is notoriously known to be expensive. While that is true, there are plenty of free things to do here. In this mini-series, we're going to show you around Sydney and make sure that you don't break the bank.
In the previous episode, we explored Sydney Harbour. Sydney is more than just the CBD, so for today, we're heading out to Olympic Park.
We made it to Olympic Park, and first order of business was, of course, the toilet. We are 13 kilometers out of Sydney CBD. We actually used to live near here. This is where the Sydney Olympics happened back in 2000. Now it's a suburb filled with high-rise apartments, but there's more to explore that we didn't get to in the 7 years that we live nearby, and we are doing that today. The weather is not cooperating today. It's raining, but it's only drizzling and it's not supposed to rain all day, so we are going to power through. We are doing a self-guided tour of the Sydney Olympic Park. All you have to do is download, where is it? Their app called Sydney Olympic Park Self-Guided Tour. It's on their website. I will link it down below as well. And you have different options. We have decided to do the Sydney Olympic Park's Games Legacy Experience, which is about 1.7 kilometers, about an hour and 11 stops. I chose that because I love sports. We are the Olympic Park, so it makes sense to have a look back at its history. So this is the starting point at the Sydney Olympic Park, and if you are commuting here, this is where you're going to get off. There's barely any direct line, only when there are events from Central, but for the most part, you do have to transfer at either Lidcombe or Stratfield, if I'm not mistaken, or drive. There are plenty of parking around, free and paid. We were lost for a bit, but we found the attractor. It's a massive ladder. How tall, Wade?
25 meters.
Correct, that is correct. 25-meter tall ladder that symbolizes the core principles of Olympism. All right, okay. What is next in our... I think a lot of them will be around here because they are all listed in here. The 8 Women Urban Art Installation. So this is to celebrate and to commemorate the 8 women who were involved in the Sydney Olympics, and also a tribute to the 100 years of participation of women in the Olympics. Thank goodness I was not born as a woman back then. I would not be able to cope, so I do thank all the women that came before us who paved the way. Now this is the one I'm really excited about. There's an event happening. Well, they're setting up for a cricket event.
T20 World Cup.
What's a T20 World Cup?
It's cricket and they only play 20 overs, so it's a lot faster.
Anyway, let's move further away from them because it is loud, but this one I was so excited about because this was the Sydney Olympic culture and I couldn't pronounce it properly. This is where they lit the torch for the Olympics back in 2000, and
the torch lights this.
Correct, sorry. However, this was not the original location. They've relocated it since the event, and we are gonna go in. It has a lot of, it's got some sort of waterfalls happening, but we are gonna try to get in the middle and take some shots. Yay! We found the Towers of Power. I never realized how important it was. Every time we would watch an event or a concert here, this is where you get dropped off because it's along Olympic Boulevard, which is high traffic. And look at that. That's usually, these are the main stadiums there. That's the Allianz, and this is the Accor, which was the Sydney Olympic Stadium, I believe. What does it do, Wade?
The Towers of Power.
Powering what?
Life in Sydney Olympic Park.
And it was
30 massive
Let's cross the road. They were future planning to make sure that they are environmental friendly, and that's what they've done. We are at Accor Stadium, or the Olympic Stadium, which was built in 1999 of March. And how much did it cost, Wade? How much did it cost? Tell them.
650,000.
690 million Australian dollars. It was originally built to hold 110,000 spectators. Sorry, the largest Olympic stadium yet. It has 4 stadium ramps, which means, and I'd like to put this to test, I don't think I've ever actually been inside this one, but apparently you can empty the stadium in 5 minutes because of that. I'm sus. We are at the Games Memories just outside the Olympic Stadium. There are 480 poles out here. Has the name of all the volunteers and some really, it just really showcases the history and everyone that was involved. Wade just pointed that out because this is what we found. Well, it's a bit controversial here, but you know, not really. It was all over the news, right? Other countries spend a lot of money building infrastructure for the Olympics and then just abandon it. It's just a waste, right? But here in Australia, and as Wade pointed out, it was purposefully built, yes, for the Olympics, but thinking about the future. And in fact, that right here proves it. They had a master plan up to 2030, to 30 years on. Still very much a location to be every time it's built its purpose. Like if you want to swim, if you want to hire for tennis, everything you can still hire here. They built apartments.
And not to mention, it was built sustainably.
Correct.
As we just saw with the Towers of Power, big focus on solar power. The whole thing was designed as a 6-star NATHERS rating, which probably means it was a 5.5 actual, because 6-star is the best you can do at the time. By the time you finish building things, there's new inventions. But we care about the environment.
I'm very proud. I wasn't Australian back in 2000, but I am in 2022. I'm super proud of it. We are now just going to walk through the fig groves where you're going to find fig trees, which were historical to this place because it pays tribute to its abattoir background, which they were using it as shade for the livestock back in the day. And Wait, do you remember what it meant? The Discobolus. This is the 11th and the last stop.
We're here at Newington Armoury for Mariel's favourite part of the trip. We're going to see the bird aviary. They're only open Saturdays and Sundays, 10 to 3. If you're coming to visit, make sure you do it on the last Sunday of the month because they have a guided tour.
Not today.
We didn't come on the last Sunday of the month, so Mariel's going to do the guided tour and name every bird species in Latin.
I got a bird ring. We haven't even reached the BirdLife Discovery Center and I can already hear the birds everywhere. We found it. I mean, I found it. Wade is somewhere behind me because he wasn't sure if we locked the car, so he had to go back. But it is in the middle of nowhere and there's no one here, so this shall be interesting. We spotted some lorikeets in the wild. We do see them in our backyard, in our balcony a lot. If you don't like birds, I would not recommend just to walk in. Definitely go when they have a walking tour for sure, because you just basically go in, have a look at taxidermied birds, but they are very, very nice volunteers. They're very sweet. The eagle cam you could access anywhere, so that's cool if there's an actual eagle in it, but there's nothing in there right now. We are hungry. There are other places you can go, like Bicentennial Park. If the BirdLife Discovery place was shut, we were actually going to go there. It's raining. It's more of a picnic place, so you guys can check that out if you want to, if you bring your own picnic, because my beef with Olympic Park, my only beef with this place is they do not have good food. You got to go to Newington, Wentworth Point, or or roads to get some good food. Yeah, and as Wade said, they are not that far. It's only a couple of minutes drive, so let's head in there.
Show me what you got, 'cause I don't care.
Our food is here. Thank you so much for picking it up, Wade. Wade got the burger, the mad chook with some chips, yay. I got the BP box, chicken in spaghetti box, which is basically heaps of gravy, sorry, which is a Filipino style spaghetti, and the Chicken Joy, basically a play on the Chicken Joy, as this establishment is owned by Filipinos. We've actually vlogged this before. We'll make sure to link it up above and below so that you can watch it further with a more in-depth review of the food, because for now we're hungry. And again, obviously food is not part of the free things that you can do in Sydney, because
Free for me, you paid.
there's no such thing as
A free lunch.
free
You're
lunch.
trying to make that catchphrase.
Oh my god, look at that chicken. Oh, that's hot. All right, wait, I'm gonna see you in a minute. That is it for the mini series of free things to do in Sydney. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Make sure that you watch episode 1 and 2. We'll cover Wade's face. And do like and subscribe if you haven't yet, as it will really help our channel. Do follow us on Instagram and TikTok as well for daily updates. Thank you guys for watching. Stay safe. Bye.